There's a truth that lives in the quiet spaces between us, a truth that whispers of courage, of connection, of what it means to truly be seen. It's not about grand gestures or sweeping promises. It's about something far more profound, far more human. It's about the kind of love that doesn't just ask for everything, but inspires everything in return. When we talk about what it takes for a man to risk it all, to step into the arena, to lay it all on the line, we're not talking about manipulation or games. We're talking about the kind of love that is born from vulnerability, from the raw, unfiltered truth of who we are. It's about showing up, not as the person you think you should be, but as the person you truly are. Because here's the thing, when you dare to be authentic, when you dare to stand in your worth, you give others permission to do the same. This isn't about control, it's about connection. It's about creating a space where trust can grow, where two people can stand shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, and say, I see you, I choose you, and I'm willing to risk it all for what we're building together. So if you've ever wondered what it takes to inspire that kind of devotion, that kind of courage, it starts with you. It starts with the courage to be vulnerable, to be real, to be unapologetically yourself. Because when you do that, you don't just change the game, you change everything. The power of vulnerability in fostering deep connection is a force that transcends words, a force that lives in the unspoken moments between two people. It's not about weakness or surrender, it's about courage. It's about having the audacity to show up as you are, without armor, without pretense, and saying, this is me. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create a space where authenticity can thrive, where walls come down, and where true connection begins to take root. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly seen? Not for the version of yourself you present to the world, but for the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. That's the magic of vulnerability. It's an invitation, a silent plea that says, you don't have to be perfect here. You don't have to have it all together. You just have to be real. And in that space, something extraordinary happens. Walls crumble, hearts open, and the kind of connection that feels like coming home begins to blossom. For men, vulnerability is often seen as a paradox. Society tells them to be strong, to be stoic, to never let their guard down. But here's the truth. Strength isn't about hiding your emotions or pretending you don't feel. Strength is about having the courage to be honest, to say, this is hard for me, or I'm scared, or I need you. When a woman creates a safe space for a man to be vulnerable, she's not just offering him comfort. She's offering him freedom. Freedom to be human, freedom to feel, freedom to love without fear. And it's in that freedom that deep connection is born. Vulnerability is the bridge that allows two people to meet in the middle, to see each other not as roles or expectations, but as souls. It's the moment when you realize that the person standing in front of you isn't just a partner or a lover. They're your ally, your confidant, your safe harbor in a world that often feels anything but safe. But vulnerability isn't just about sharing your struggles or your fears. It's also about sharing your dreams, your hopes, your wildest, most audacious desires. It's about saying, this is what I want, and trusting that the person in front of you will hold that truth with care. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable in this way, you're not just opening your heart, you're inviting the other person to do the same. You're saying, I trust you with the most fragile parts of me, and in doing so, you create a bond that is unshakable. The beauty of vulnerability is that it's reciprocal. When you dare to be vulnerable, you give the other person permission to do the same. It's a dance, a delicate back and forth that builds trust, deepens intimacy, and creates a connection that feels like it was written in the stars. And it's in that connection that love finds its truest, most powerful expression. So if you want to foster a deep, meaningful connection with someone, start with vulnerability. Start by showing up as you are, by letting your guard down, by trusting that the right person will meet you where you are. Because when you do, you're not just opening the door to love, You're opening the door to a connection that has the power to change everything. How authenticity inspires men to rise to their highest potential is a concept that goes beyond surface-level interactions and taps into the very core of what it means to be human. Authenticity is not just about being honest. It's about being unapologetically yourself, embracing your flaws, your strengths, your quirks, and your truths. When a woman embodies authenticity, she becomes a mirror, reflecting back the possibility of what it means to live a life that is fully aligned with one's values and desires. And in that reflection, men often find the courage to step into their own greatness. There's something magnetic about a person who knows who they are and isn't afraid to show it. It's not about perfection or having all the answers. It's about owning your story, your journey, and your truth. When a woman stands firmly in her authenticity, she sends a powerful message. I am enough, just as I am. And that message is contagious. It inspires those around her to ask themselves, if she can be unapologetically herself, why can't I? For men, this kind of authenticity can be a catalyst for transformation. Society often imposes rigid expectations on men. Be strong, be successful, be the provider, be the protector. But when a woman shows up authentically, she creates a space where those expectations can be challenged. She creates a space where a man can ask himself, who am I really? What do I want? What kind of life do I want to live? And in that space, he begins to shed the layers of who he thought he was supposed to be and starts to discover who he truly is. Authenticity also fosters trust. When a woman is genuine, when she speaks her truth without fear or hesitation, it builds a foundation of trust that allows a man to feel safe. Safe to be himself, safe to take risks, safe to dream big. And when a man feels safe, he is more likely to step into his potential, to pursue his passions, and to strive for greatness. It's not about pushing or prodding. It's about creating an environment where growth and self-discovery are not only possible, but inevitable. But authenticity isn't just about inspiring others. It's also about creating a relationship that is rooted in truth and mutual respect. When two people show up as their authentic selves, they create a dynamic that is both empowering and liberating. There's no need for masks or pretenses, no need to hide or pretend. Instead, there's a deep sense of connection, a shared understanding that says, I see you and I choose you exactly as you are. And it's in that connection that men often find the motivation to rise to their highest potential. When a man feels seen, valued, and accepted for who he truly is, he is more likely to take risks, to push boundaries, and to strive for excellence. Not because he feels pressured to, but because he feels inspired to. Because he knows that the person standing beside him believes in him, not for what he can achieve or provide, but for who he is at his core. Authenticity is a gift that has the power to transform not only the person who embodies it, but also the people around them. When a woman embraces her authenticity, she becomes a beacon of light, guiding those around her toward their own truth, their own potential, their own greatness. And in doing so, she creates a relationship that is not just fulfilling, but truly extraordinary. The role of trust and emotional safety in relationships is the bedrock upon which everything else is built. Without trust, there is no foundation. Without emotional safety, there is no space for vulnerability, growth, or true intimacy. Trust is not just about believing that someone will be faithful or honest. It's about knowing, deep in your bones, that you can rely on them to hold your heart with care, to stand by you when the world feels like it's falling apart, and to see you, truly see you, even in your messiest, most imperfect moments. Emotional safety, on the other hand, is the environment that allows trust to flourish. It's the feeling that you can be yourself without fear of judgment, rejection, or ridicule. It's the knowledge that your emotions, your thoughts, and your experiences will be met with empathy and understanding. When emotional safety exists in a relationship, it creates a sanctuary, a place where both people can let down their guards, where they can be raw and real, where they can breathe deeply and know that they are home. For men, emotional safety is often the missing piece in relationships. Many men grow up being told that emotions are a sign of weakness, that they need to be strong and stoic, that they should never let their guard down. But the truth is, men crave emotional safety just as much as women do. They want to feel seen, heard, and valued for who they are, not just for what they can provide or achieve. When a woman creates a space of emotional safety, she gives a man permission to be human, to feel, to express, to connect on a deeper level. Trust and emotional safety go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Trust is built through consistent actions, through showing up, through keeping your word, through being there when it matters most. It's built through the small, everyday moments, the way you listen without judgment, the way you offer support without being asked, the way you choose to prioritize the relationship even when life gets busy. Emotional safety, meanwhile, is nurtured through empathy, through compassion, through the willingness to sit with someone in their pain and their joy without trying to fix or change them. When trust and emotional safety are present in a relationship, something extraordinary happens. Walls come down, hearts open, and love begins to flow freely without fear or reservation. It's in this space that true intimacy is born. Not just physical intimacy, but emotional, mental, and spiritual intimacy. It's the kind of intimacy that allows two people to know each other deeply, to see each other clearly, and to love each other fiercely, not in spite of their flaws, but because of them. But creating trust and emotional safety isn't always easy. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to be present, even when it's uncomfortable. It requires letting go of the need to control or fix and instead embracing the messiness of being human. It requires choosing every single day to show up for each other, to prioritize the relationship, and to nurture the connection that binds you together. When trust and emotional safety are at the heart of a relationship, it becomes a source of strength, a refuge from the chaos of the world. It becomes a place where both people can grow, not just as individuals, but as partners. It becomes a love that is not just enduring, but transformative. A love that has the power to heal, to inspire, and to elevate both people to their highest potential. Why men are drawn to women who embrace their own worth is a question that touches on the very essence of human connection and attraction. It's not about superficial qualities or societal standards of beauty. It's about something far deeper, far more profound. It's about the energy that radiates from a woman who knows her value, who stands firmly in her truth, and who refuses to settle for anything less than she deserves. That kind of confidence is magnetic. It's not loud or boastful, it's quiet, steady, and unshakable. And it's that quiet confidence that draws men in, not because they want to possess it, but because they want to be inspired by it. When a woman embraces her own worth, she sets a standard, not just for how she expects to be treated, but for the kind of relationship she is willing to create. She doesn't chase or beg for attention. She doesn't mold herself to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, she shows up as she is, fully and unapologetically, and in doing so, she invites the man in her life to do the same. This kind of authenticity is incredibly attractive because it creates a dynamic of mutual respect and equality. It's not about power struggles or games. It's about two people coming together as equals, each bringing their best selves to the table. Men are drawn to women who know their worth because it creates a sense of stability and security. When a woman is confident in who she is, it sends a message that she is not easily swayed or shaken. She knows what she wants and she's not afraid to go after it. That kind of clarity and determination is inspiring. It challenges a man to rise to the occasion, to step into his own power, and to strive for greatness. It's not about competition, it's about partnership. It's about two people pushing each other to be the best versions of themselves, not out of obligation, but out of mutual admiration and respect. Embracing your own worth also creates a sense of emotional independence. A woman who knows her value doesn't rely on a man to complete her or make her happy. She is whole on her own, and that wholeness is incredibly attractive. It takes the pressure off the relationship, allowing it to be a source of joy and connection rather than a means of filling a void. When a man sees that a woman is secure in herself, it frees him to be himself. To love her not out of need, but out of genuine desire and appreciation. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of a woman who embraces her own worth is the way she inspires those around her. Her confidence is contagious. It encourages others to reflect on their own worth, to ask themselves, am I living in alignment with my values? Am I honoring my own truth? When a man is in the presence of a woman who radiates self-assurance, it often sparks a journey of self-discovery within him. He begins to question his own choices, his own priorities, and his own sense of self-worth. And in that questioning, he finds the motivation to grow, to evolve, and to become the best version of himself. Ultimately, men are drawn to women who embrace their own worth because it creates a relationship that is rooted in authenticity, respect, and mutual growth. It's not about perfection or having it all figured out. It's about showing up as you are, with all your strengths and imperfections, and owning your story. When a woman does that, she becomes a beacon of light, a reminder that true worth comes from within, and that the most powerful relationships are built on a foundation of self-love and mutual respect. The transformative impact of mutual respect and shared purpose in a relationship is the kind of magic that turns ordinary connections into extraordinary partnerships. It's not just about love or attraction, it's about something deeper, something that binds two people together in a way that feels both grounding and uplifting. Mutual respect is the glue that holds a relationship together, even when the world feels like it's pulling you apart. It's the unwavering belief that the person standing beside you is your equal, your ally, your partner in every sense of the word. And shared purpose? That's the compass that guides you, the North Star that keeps you aligned, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship, but it's especially crucial in romantic partnerships. It's about seeing each other not as extensions of yourself, but as individuals with your own dreams, desires, and boundaries. It's about honoring those differences, not in spite of them, but because of them. When there is mutual respect, there is no room for manipulation, control, or power struggles. Instead, there is a sense of balance, a recognition that both people bring something valuable to the table. This kind of respect fosters trust, deepens intimacy, and creates a safe space where both partners can grow and thrive. But mutual respect alone isn't enough to sustain a relationship over the long term. That's where shared purpose comes in. Shared purpose is the why behind the relationship, the reason you're choosing to build a life together. It's not just about shared interests or hobbies, it's about shared values, shared goals, and a shared vision for the future. When two people are aligned in their purpose, it creates a sense of unity that transcends the day-to-day challenges of life. It's the knowledge that no matter what happens, you're in this together, working towards something greater than yourselves. For men, shared purpose is often a driving force in relationships. It's not just about having someone to share their life with, it's about having someone to share their dreams with. When a man feels that his partner is not just supporting him, but actively working alongside him toward a common goal, it creates a sense of partnership that is incredibly fulfilling. It's the difference between feeling like you're on a team and feeling like you're on the same team. And when that sense of partnership is rooted in mutual respect, it becomes a powerful force for growth and transformation. The beauty of mutual respect and shared purpose is that they create a relationship that is both stable and dynamic. Stable because there is a foundation of trust and understanding that can weather any storm. Dynamic because there is a sense of forward motion, a shared commitment to growth and evolution. This combination allows both partners to feel secure in the relationship while also feeling inspired to push boundaries, take risks, and pursue their passions. When mutual respect and shared purpose are present, the relationship becomes more than just a source of comfort or companionship. It becomes a source of strength, a place where both partners can draw energy and inspiration. It becomes a partnership that is not just about surviving, but about thriving, about creating a life that is rich, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. And perhaps the most transformative aspect of mutual respect and shared purpose is the way it elevates both individuals. When two people are committed to respecting each other and working toward a common goal, they bring out the best in each other. They challenge each other to grow, to evolve, to become the best versions of themselves. They create a relationship that is not just a reflection of who they are, but a testament to who they can become. And in doing so, they create a love that is not just enduring, but truly extraordinary.